today. We're at the back of the property. That's the back of the house. You can probably see if you're not close enough, one of our projects was to put a patio door in. And there it is, story. Yeah, this is our field at the back of the house, and we're kind of in a bit of a dilemma now what to do with it. Erected, which is yeah, I suppose in some ways it's good because it's defined the boundary. So yeah, even though there was never an issue with the boundary, but at least we know where the boundary is now. And as you can see behind us, it runs up to the road, and that's our gate as well. They used to use our gate. They use our gate there, and they park in that little bit there. And then they use a single door into their land just to do bits and pieces, but they have another access point over there which they can get tractors and that in. But yeah, it's just as convenient for them, as we're neighbourly and they're good people, give us produce, they bring their cars in there. So yeah, so that's what the finca looks like from the rear of the field. Looks like the palm trees could do with a bit of a jiggery pokery haircut. But yeah, that's something. They always look their best when they need cutting. And when they've been cut, they look slightly ridiculous because you just have like 3 sprouts. Well, yeah. So this episode we're all about the patio doors. Oh, and finishing off downstairs, the doors downstairs, and a few other bits and pieces. So yeah. As you can see, we've now completed all the doors. This door here is into the spare room, and the last bit of skirted tile has been laid. There's the door going into the storeroom. All done. And the good lady's been putting up some pickies, family pictures to make it look pretty. There's a spare room, a bedroom, which is done. Turn around. Bathroom. Skirted tiles, all done. It's also leaned up the stairs a bit. I don't know if you remember, but on the end of the stairs there's little holes. It was a part of the manufacturing process. And we've now put in these little buttons. Smash kind of motives. They work quite well on the end of the stairs and just kind of give it that nice little bit. And obviously change the handle down on the macerated cupboard. So that's all done. Skirting tiles in. This is our new project. This is actually installing the patio doors. The first thing I need to do is knock a big hole in the wall, and the way you do that is from the inside. Get a drill, and maybe a 6 or 7 mil drill, masonry drill, and you drill loads of little holes about every 20 mil apart, inch apart, around the perimeter of the frame, which obviously you mark out first, and the lintel above. What this allows you to do, when you knock out, it comes out nice and clean. Obviously you don't want to settle it with an angle grinder on the inside, because that place would just be absolutely wrecked with dust. I mean, this is still quite a dusty job because as you can see there, every time the actual drill comes out you get a puff of kind of dust that goes with it. So there's a little bit of dust, but not too much. You can control it. So yeah, this is what you do. So you drill all the way through, drill in for about 4 inches around the perimeter. Oh, these are some of the produce our neighbours gave us. Yeah, some leeks, oh, and celery and a cabbage. I think we're still eating both of them. And this is the wall after I've drilled the hole. Is what I had is a foresight to actually tape up them holes, because I didn't. I think I might have been in for a surprise of all this dust coming from the angle grinder. Because it was a 9-inch concrete block wall, that's what the actual structure's made of. Once I drilled through the inside, I would have drilled into the cavity. Because on a 9-inch wall, what you have is about 30mm of block work, another 30mm of block work, so that's roughly 2 inches, and in the middle, about a 6-inch kind of void, which gives you the insulation because it acts as a cavity. So when you drill from the inside, you drill into that void, and when you angle grind from the outside, you angle grind into that void. So there's going to be dust going into that void and obviously coming out the holes. So it was just as well I kind of remembered to actually tape it up, otherwise that room would have been absolutely full of dust. It would have been quite amusing to actually see it, but not the actual consequence of it. Yep, still angle grinding. To be fair, the door was in and out in the day. We started in the morning, marked it out, cut it out, knocked the block work out, and had the frame and the actual door leaves in and working and secure all within one day. That's basically because we had to, because obviously it was security. But yeah. This is after installing the 9-inch concrete plank lintel. All I'm doing is just forcing mortar between the blockwork above it and the actual lintel itself and making sure it's all nicely packed in. One of my friends popped round and gave us a hand, put this in. It was quite an easy job. I got the front, he got the back, walked up ladders, shouldered it in. Minute it was done, but it was a little bit much for the good lady to lift. We took out of the wall. Oh, by the way, that's some bricks, some blocks on my next project. So yeah, there was a fair amount we knocked out. We knocked out. So yeah, there's all the hardcore. That was the wall. The actual doors that we got were actually perfect condition. The only thing was this had yellowed a bit and there was a slight split. So we bought a new one. It was €5 for the webbing and the actual bit. So we took the old one out, put the new one in. It looked like new doors. Brilliant. Back again doing my favourite job, plastering. What we had at the top of the lintel, on the top of the patio doors itself, it has the roller mechanism for the outside shutters, because all these doors and windows have shutters. So you put the shutters down when you kind of leave the property for extended periods, or if you're getting a lot of rain, it stops the driving rain trying to get in the property. Or maybe if it's a very cold winter, they act like another bit of glazing. But what I had to do at the top is I had to find some steel mesh. Luckily I had some which we used for creating the actual fly screens that go over the holes of the pipes that give the ventilation to the underbuild. So I had a roll of it left. It's galvanised steel. It's quite a small section, which made it a bit more difficult to render, but what I did is I screwed it to the metal, left it proud so I could get behind it, and then rendered it on to use that like expanded metal. And then here all I'm doing is I'm taking it off nice and flat with a piece of timber, and then we just sponged it and the job was a good one. So I've done my bit, then it was over to the good lady for her bit. She takes care of the painting. So she painted around the frame and the fresh render, and she also touched up around the other window frame, looked at it and decided it made the other look a little bit shabby, so she painted that wall. And after she finished that wall, she looked at that wall and said that makes that look shabby, so she painted that wall. And then, yep, you got it, she looked at the other wall. As you can see, the beach club looks shabby. Look at the layout on the back of the patio door. Was where the patio doors are. Yeah, been in there a few times. Chairs there. And still not finished. The story goes on. So now the freezer's got to be moved. We're going to continue on and paint the rest of the house. We can't do that until we put the solar in. That's what happens. Runs it staying like it is. But yeah, there's the views out the patio doors now. Lovely. That's next door's field. And obviously behind us is our field, and then we've got our other next door neighbour's field. In the distance you can see the urbanisation, which is La Marina. Open up the doors,
Bad 80.
and yeah, look to our left and you can see the herb, and you just see the mountains coming into view. So yeah, nice view, brightens up the lounge no end, and at night all of that lot twinkles, all the lights twinkles. It's very, very pretty. So very, very pleased. There we go, that wraps up video number 24. A slightly different location today for an ending. I'm sitting underneath our shady carob tree with a finca in the background. So yeah, so the next episode we're going to be building a wardrobe in the main bedroom upstairs, and that's going to be, it's not complicated, but we're going to have a wardrobe, and so you can have a wardrobe door on one part of it, and you'll have a wardrobe door on another elevation. So the front you'll have a wardrobe door, and the side you'll have a wardrobe door. On the side, when you open the door, there'll be shelving and drawers, and then obviously on the front there'll be just hanging. So that's a bit of a project for that room. Also, at the same time, I'll be doing the hallway. I'm building a cupboard in there, so that's going to have a proper door. That'll be quite a big cupboard, so that will house things like the hoover, brooms, mops, coats, shoes, all the sort of stuff that you have in a hallway that you don't want, you know, out of view. I'm going to be finishing off the plastering on the inside around the patio door, because we thought there's no point of causing a mess plastering, we managed to do a lot at once. But it's quite involved, because you know the wardrobes, it'll be brickwork, so they're going to be built out of brick, and there'll be carpentry work building obviously the frame, hanging the doors. There's going to be electrics, because I've got to move the electrics around and put some plugs inside them, maybe some lights. Also then it's going to be plastered and a little bit of tiling, so you know they're quite involved. There's a fair bit to do every one, but that's what we want, so that's what we're going to do. So I'll end the video there. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and if you like our videos, please give us a like, and if you don't like them, give us a thumbs down. But also leave some comments, because the reason we do this, or I do this, is to keep in contact with friends and family. It's probably evolved a bit more now, because we've got a lot of people that are not friends and family, but you know, just people out there with a common interest watching our videos. So yeah, I enjoy doing them. It's a part of the process. Sometimes on the video we just done, it was a bit fraught when we were knocking the hole out the wall. There's muck and stuff everywhere, and again, it wasn't probably the best time to ask my good lady to hold a camera. You know, she was more worried about what I'd done to her house. So some of the things like that we don't always document, and again, but yeah, it gets done. Okay, so see you guys on the next one. Hasta luego.